Well, this is the third episode. We should be better at this by now. Baby Alex, you should be like a pro at this by now.
Did we get any more subscribers?
It's hard to get subscribers. Like, I told my... How old is Gigi?
7.
I told my 7-year-old niece, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel? She said no. She straight up said, there's nothing that you put up there that interests me.
She says he needs to do slime videos.
Bring like I do slime videos. Oh, well. Bring us in, baby Alex. All right, so what's up? We got episode number 3 of the Twin Mentality podcast. What's up, Eli?
Not much, just here.
Another podcast, another day, another
Trying
podcast.
to see what else we can bring.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we may not be the best at this, but we're
already making excuses.
We got 1,000 subjects that we can talk about. We can talk about our life.
Not well, but we'll talk about a bunch of subjects.
We'll figure something out. What's up, producers? What's up, producers?
What to do?
What's up? Y'all saw the Captain Marvel movie?
I have not seen it, so you don't spoil it for me.
It's pretty good. I mean,
Is it very like...
This was saying no.
Cut it?
What, are you against women's rights? Is that what it is?
Exactly what it is.
Bro. No, well, here's the thing. Like, okay, so what was the whole deal about, like, Rotten Tomatoes?
No, it was just a bunch of people trying to bring the movie down.
They were trying to bring the movie down?
I don't know. It's just pretty much saying, would you like to watch it? A bunch of, trolls that were trying to bring it down, saying, nah, we don't want to watch it, make it seem bad.
See, and my initial hesitation was, like, there's no way Marvel can make a movie that's bad.
No.
Like I mean, the storyline might not be, but just because, like, essentially, like, you got to understand something about Marvel movies. The storyline has already been written. How well they choose to stick to it is completely up to them, but you can't make an okay story amazing. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No.
Like, for example, like Spider-Man or Iron Man. Like, the dude's story is already written. They're just reliving the story, sorta. So you can't make Iron Man cooler.
People are tired of origin stories, but they really haven't made her. Spider-Man, they made, 4 or 5 movies of their origin.
You could ruin the story if you do a Wolverine with the whole Japanese-Chinese thing they did. That was horrible. That was bad.
It still made a lot of money.
Yeah, because it's Wolverine. It's a Logan. But they still killed it. It was bad. It was really bad. Anyway,
I like the movie.
Anyways, big shout out to the people that are listening to our podcast. I had somebody actually sent me a picture while they were listening to their to the podcast on the way to church.
Look at me listening to you.
They probably did listen. No, I'm just kidding. I know they listen. Big shout out to my boy Diego from East Texas. If you've never been to East Texas, don't go. There's nothing there. See, I had him up here and then I brought him all the way back down. Don't get too excited, Diego. But I'm happy you guys listen to our podcast. It makes me feel good. Yeah, because it is hard to get subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm getting there.
I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm sure I would have more than you, but
when I think if Gigi had a YouTube channel, she would have more.
She wants to have one. Nah.
Yeah, she might be a little too young for it. But it is hard. I mean, I told one of my friends when I get to I'm trying really hard. When I get to 100 subscribers, I'm not talking to anybody.
But I can't.
I'm not.
I can't do one because you're the energetic one out of both of us.
When I get to 100 subscribers, I'm gonna be too cool.
It's gonna be a while, man.
I need to get to it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start making money off my YouTube channel. And then I read the fine print. You're supposed to get to 1,000 subscribers and so many hours to play before you can actually monetize your channel. It ain't gonna happen for a while.
We need to get somebody to pay for us for it.
Anyways. So, before we jump into this week's podcast, did you know, and just to close off the whole thing about reincarnation, like, I guess at one point, like, Snoop Dogg thought that he was a reincarnation of Bob Marley.
Okay, just Snoop Dogg. We should take it serious, yeah.
Oh, it's Snoop Dogg. Is it post-recovery or after?
Wait, didn't he change his name already?
Is it Snoop Doggy
Snoop
Dogg?
Lion?
Snoop
Lion?
Snoop Lion?
Snoop Lion, yeah.
His legal name is Snoop Lion.
I don't know about legal, but artist-wise, he changed it.
Okay, but like when P Diddy changed his name a couple times, like he did it legally, right? Like
No.
Puff Daddy, and then it was P Diddy, and then it was Sean. Sean Combs?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't care that much.
I don't know
about
anything
it.
about rappers. You know, weirdly, I know I'm going off topic, but this is funny. I was watching this thing on Netflix from the 2000s and all the music that came out in the 2000s, and I'm like, I feel like that was just yesterday. But we're in 2019, man.
And there's songs that you're like, man, this was a good song, but then you
Yeah.
listen to it and you're like, man, this song has like nothing.
Well, and apparently, like, I guess, like, pop was really big at the early 2000s. Like, you know, you had your Britney Spears, your NSYNCs coming out, which I thought it was earlier for some reason, but that's the time that they came out. So rock music was non-existent until, like, bands like The Strokes started coming out, and it, like, built up the rock, like, and then Nickelback,
Alternative.
and then so on and so on.
then Nickelback, and then went
And then
down.
they, you know, sad disaster that Nickelback was. But anyways,
Dang.
they had good music though at one point.
Well, that's the kind of songs I was telling you. It was good back in the day. Now you listen to it, and you're like, it doesn't hold up.
I used to go to these concerts from a band called Blindside. If you've never heard of Blindside, they're pretty bad.
Yeah,
I mean, even now, like, they're pretty bad. But we used to go to their concerts all the time because they're from Sweden. And if Blindside wants to sponsor us, that's okay. But
The last time they came to Dallas, they stole their whole trailer. of
yeah,
stuff.
so they came to play a show at the Door downtown Dallas in Deep Ellum. And that downtown Dallas, Deep Ellum. It's Deep Ellum, not downtown Dallas. Well, it's close enough. You can get what I'm saying. But anyways, so they I guess unhitched the trailer and they took it. It's probably your neighbor, Chris. What do you know the secret of the missing trailer? But anyways, so we used to go to those concerts all the time. Long story short, not too long ago, I went to one of those concerts. Like, no, it was like 2 years ago. And Chrissy was like, no, go. This is the band you like, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I got out of there with a huge headache.
Oh, yeah. The
Like,
first
my
time we
head.
went, I was passing out. I mean, you're like in a little club, and you're a bunch of people sweating all over you.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a weird, it used to be the Gypsy Tea Room. And then the managers of the Door moved in. And it was kind of like a Christian club. And they had like Christian bands, quote unquote. They had Demon Hunter there one time, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, we were not pop people. But Eli, why don't you bring us in about the topic for today? And it connects very well. Well, it sort of connects to last
Kinda.
week's. Because essentially, and again, shout out to my boy Diego, because he actually suggested this subject, and how if we were to believe in reincarnation, you could connect it to the theory of time traveling.
Yeah, time travel. I mean, everything I know about time travel comes from movies, comic books.
The time traveler's wife.
So it has to be real, you know.
It's absolutely real.
Why would you say time traveler's wife?
I really like that movie. I don't know. I did.
Okay.
Maybe Alex,
We'll
you never
just-
seen
we'll
you never
just
seen
cut
that movie?
out.
What movie?
The time traveler's wife.
No.
Like he sees himself dead at one point, so he knows he's gonna die soon. Anyways,
No, yeah, that's not a good example of time travel.
All right, Eli. So start us off. What's up?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can go with anything with this subject. You can go to time travel theories, conspiracies. Like there's one with what is it, Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah.
Like they just uploaded a while back. They uploaded a video of him doing some skit or something, and you could see a woman in the background holding something to her ear. And they said it was a thin device, and she was talking to it.
It's an iPhone.
So it sounds like an iPhone. So
could
they're
not
saying,
have been an Android.
no, those are gonna be obsolete later.
So, but then there's like, for example, the whole fight with who was it?
Mike Tyson.
Mike
I think
Tyson.
Somebody holding up
and,
an iPhone.
And there's a picture of somebody behind holding up an iPhone, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get a chance to really fully read her story, but because the story goes really deep into the whole JFK conspiracy theory. But there's the what's the lady's name? The babushka lady.
No, I have no idea.
Anyways, it's this lady that comes out in the picture that the FBI, I guess, could never track down. But the theory is that she was a time traveler. And so the only person that this is the weird part, the only person that managed to get a snap of her, and she was on that film, the lady who shot it was shooting a film was using a camera that was a model that wasn't out yet. Like, it was like some kind of like early release model. Mm-hmm. And so like that kind of film didn't really exist.
So she couldn't develop
it. And then weirdly, like the story says that FBI people showed up at her front door and said, let us have the film. We'll return it to you in 10 days. But she never got anything back. JFK. Theory.
That's a good one. Something that happened here in Texas.
Bro, that's another podcast right there. JFK.
Yeah. The magic bullet.
It happened in our backyard.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't they make they came and did a bunch of traffic here a couple years back. They were recording that
show. That show was really good. What's that?
Yeah,
is it 19? Is it 65 or something? I don't know, but it's really good because it's with that one guy, James Franco, right?
Yeah.
It's a really good show. The only thing I didn't like is the whole rabbit hole thing. I thought that was pretty dumb. They could have.
I haven't watched this.
Like,
spoiled it for me.
Check out this little corner in the back of the closet, and you're gonna go. You're gonna time travel. But then the guy the older guy went through and got cancer and died.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so, I mean, you can go anywhere with this topic.
All right, so hit us off with one of your points.
Well, I mean, what would we say? Like, you can bust the Terminator if you want to stop something.
Very realistic.
I said, all my knowledge is in movies, comic books. Useless knowledge taking space up in my head.
Because it would make sense that if time traveling really did exist, that the first people to actually the first thing to master time travel would be machines. So if machines master time travel and they go evil rogue on us, they would come back.
But that's what I didn't get about that movie. Maybe somebody's gonna know and gonna tell me something. But they send a machine to stop somebody from the resistance in the future. John Connor.
I don't know.
But then again, if they mastered time travel,
here's the problem: is that there's some series that are made very well. Like in a series like that has a lot of interconnections. If the film is not made well, it leaves you with like, what in the world? Because then again,
and people are going to be looking for that. What's wrong with this time travel? What's wrong with this film? Where's the loopholes?
Exactly. Because then again, like look at Back to the Future. Every single one of those movies connects very well. But then you're talking about Steven Spielberg. That dude's like the master.
Some people will find something wrong with it, but I mean, that's one of my favorite movies.
It's legit.
That's the first movie that taught me everything I know about time travel. I reject anything else that I learned about time travel.
Eli, what is your take on black holes?
Well, I think they said that it could be a way for us to travel at distant parts of space. Like, we're not experts or anything on any of this.
I am.
But I mean, that's what I heard.
Something confident enough.
I heard it in the background in the news or in the website or something. When you get a pop up.
Now, what is it that they've actually confirmed the existence of? Is it a black hole or is it a what do they call that thing? It's not a black hole, but it's a. What is it, producers?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I know it's something like that's called like an Einstein-Rose bridge or something.
So this is the theory behind the black hole. Is if we were to fly to a black hole and travel at the speed of light counterclockwise to the rotation of the black hole, then we would shed years quick.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's that you would shed years. It's more of like that twin paradox where, say, me and you are born, or we're here now, or we're the same age, and I leave to space at the light speed and come back. My trip's going to be 3 years going, 3 years coming back. But when I come back, 10 years have gone by. 7 years have gone by on Earth. So you're going to be 10 years older, and I'm only going to be 6 years older. I don't know that that's exactly time travel, but
gravity has a lot to do with time.
Blame it on gravity.
Gravity, flat Earth.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast. No, but essentially, like, because I would in space, obviously gravity pulls you down a different way. There is no gravity, and so time would roll very different, interstellar style.
I have a really good. I mean, I think we're just missing a bunch of points in science here, but I'll believe it.
I really liked Interstellar. I thought Interstellar was a legit movie. I don't see how you can go down to the planet and lose 7 years, and the dude, Why they gotta leave the guy up there and he was like super old by the time they make
Oh
it back up?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I have no idea because the guy didn't age at all, and he still saw his daughter.
Yeah.
Like
he
later,
didn't
right?
age. And then the daughter was like, well, go get your girl. And he sends him back.
I'm about to die, so go get your
And
girl.
apparently when they rescued the guy, he was floating outside of Jupiter. He was just floating. It didn't make any sense. I think they could have finished it
Like
better.
it was getting good, and then they got a little too complicated.
But it is really good. I do think something like that's going to happen, though. You know, not deviating away from time travel too much, but I do think that at one point the Earth will stop giving enough nutrients for us to grow what we need to eat.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'll be long gone when that happens.
That's my kid's problem.
It's not my
That's
problem.
that ain't. But so you could, and okay, there's the other theory that if I was to get in a plane, fly counterclockwise to the Earth's rotation, and land in the same spot, I would have shed like milliseconds, right?
I think so.
So what happens if you go faster?
Like Superman in
Like-
the movie.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's all I
save
know about
Lois
time
Lane.
travel. Yeah,
Yeah, so in the movie Superman, like Lois dies.
I think
she gets
I
crushed
think
by
they
a
said
car.
that was impossible to do. Like
Stop the rotation.
if you stop the rotation of the Earth, yeah, we pretty much die.
Yeah, because then you're
But then again,
like
it's
the
comic books.
tides, right? The moon.
Yeah, we're getting a little out.
So let's say I jump on Elon Musk's Starship Dragon X, and I go counter to the rotation of the Earth at ×2 the speed of light. Which can we accomplish ×2 the speed of light?
No,
So
it would take you years to even get to that speed.
But we've achieved speed of light, right?
No,
We haven't?
no.
Oh man, I have some serious doubts about the human race.
Barely landed on the moon.
Oh my lord! You know the Japanese are going back to the moon, and Nissan is building a rover for them.
Oh, yeah. I don't get it. We went to the moon a couple of times, and then we.
But
Just stopped
they're
going.
busting a Transformers. They're doing the dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
We're trying to be extra cool. I want to go see what's on the dark side. You know what I mean? But so I jump on the ship, spin around a couple of times, and I come back, and I'm way younger.
I don't think.
Technically speaking, if I was
Well, according to your watch, because I think they've done that experiment, that you synchronize the watches, you do the turn around the Earth, and then the watches are off by like a millisecond.
so you think it's the watches, not your actual like that you went
Yeah.
back a couple milliseconds?
Yeah, like I said, we're not experts, so we don't. We're trying to make sense of this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you have a bunch of stuff. I mean, like I've had a bunch of dreams like that deja vu.
vus. How do
Yeah.
you explain deja vus?
I have no idea.
I think deja vus are what your subconscious takes pictures of certain things, and then your subconscious, as they are happening, like your subconscious brings them back up for you to see. So it's nothing that has. It's somewhere where you've been before that your subconscious remembers, and then it's reinforced when you're put back into that same place.
Yeah, because it's not like you can change. It's what they say that.
But wait, have you ever?
It's either if you believe in that the future is fixed and you can't change it because you never know what's going to happen in the future.
Have you ever had a deja vu where even the smells are the same?
I think I have. It's because you don't
Right?
remember it until you're at that time and you're like, I've been here before. I've done this before.
This is gonna sound super dumb. Have you ever made yourself have a deja vu? I have. Like I've tricked my mind.
I've done.
No.
I know this is going to sound weird. Now that we're talking about, okay. You seen the movie Inception?
Yes. You
I've done that.
No.
I've done that.
You have not done Inception.
Like not in somebody else,
A
but like I
dream
can. I
within
know
a
I'm
dream?
dreaming, and I can control my dreams. See, yeah, it sounds.
So
dumb.
wait, you put yourself to
But
sleep.
it's like
Okay,
once
but-
you start waking up, like say I'm flying, and I know I'm flying, I'm making myself fly, and then you start feeling really heavy, and that's when like I know in my mind I'm about to wake up.
But even in Inception, time changes, right? Because in a dream, it's sort of a way to time travel. Because in your
I think
dream,
we're just pulling a string.
no, because in your dream, you can like it. Like sometimes I like have you ever gone to sleep where you close your eyes and you open your eyes and you're like, oh, smack, like 8 hours went by? Have you ever done that?
I don't know. If I fall asleep and the kids let me sleep, I'll sleep for 12 hours. So,
No, but like sometimes, like I remember when I was a kid, because I hated sleeping. I hated going to sleep. So I remember I used to be like, God, please, let me close my eyes and open them back up and let it be daylight. Because I wanted to go outside and play.
oh, just go to sleep so you can time go by fast.
Yeah.
I don't think that's time travel.
Okay. You can make yourself have a deja vu, though.
Oh,
I remember being in the school bus one time, and I remember seeing a fence, and I remember like really focusing on the fence, and I said, I want to remember this again one day. So then,
and
when
then
I was
by the next day, and you saw the same thing.
20 years later, no, so I passed by the same fence, but like the next day,
It was the same fence.
guess what? Same colors, same time. I mean, I was like, oh, snack, deja vu. But like, there are deja vus that will like scare you
Oh yeah,
because you're like, oh, smack, like how?
deja vus or dreams.
What does deja vu stand for?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Google.
Nobody knows how to Google around here. Jesus Christ.
Okay, somebody work on it.
But you go to sleep. Time works different when you're sleeping because I guess you're not conscious of time.
Oh yeah, like I have dreams that are all over the place, but I feel like I've been there for. I guess it's once you hit that deep sleep, it just feels like you've been there forever. But then again, when you say you're tired and you wake up, you're like, oh, I haven't even slept at all.
So if I'm sleeping and I know I'm actively dreaming, how do I put myself to sleep inside of that dream?
Oh, I mean, I didn't say I did that kind of Inception.
Well, what kind? That's the only kind there is. Going to sleep inside of
that's
your
not.
dream.
It's just more of like I can control my dream where I'm asleep. I haven't done it in a while, but I can control what I'm doing in my
hand.
sleep. Like usually you're dreaming, but you're looking at yourself, and it's already a predetermined path that you're walking or doing stuff. Like I've caught myself, and then I'm like, let me do this. This is gonna show me that I'm dreaming, and say I'll break your computer. If I did it in real life, you'd be mad at me. But I could break it in the dream.
So because you're in the dream, you're like, I can do whatever I want, and you actually do it,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I mean, I haven't done that in a while. I don't have enough time to sleep anymore, but
I don't do it
after
anymore.
kids, you know.
Okay, so wait. Okay, remember that movie where people get arrested because they're gonna commit a crime in the future, but they haven't committed the crime? I think Tom Cruise is in that movie, and like a little ball comes out,
What's that?
and then they're like, "You," but it was planted. What's the name of that movie? Like, but there was like a future capsule that was planted to like frame some dude. But it's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
It's like looking ahead in the future.
Yeah, I can't remember the movie, but I remember this one. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, like we said, this episode is called Time Travel. Now we're talking about dreams.
Because essentially, time is different when you're sleeping.
I think we're getting way off of this.
All right. Okay, so then, would time travel be considered impossible because it is like we're not meant to time travel, or is it considered impossible because we don't have the resources to time travel?
I don't know. I think just the technology is not there yet.
So you think we can do it? As long as the technology is there, we can do it.
I mean, there's been stuff online. I mean, you don't believe everything you see online, but the people working on this, working on that. But the thing is, would we be responsible enough to time travel? Like, what would be the first thing you would do if you time traveled? If you could time travel anytime?
I would want to see my future. I wouldn't go back in the past. I would want to see my future. There's nothing about my past that I would change. I've lived a pretty perfect life. No, I would want to see, like, I would go, like, 20 years. I'd go 20 years in the future.
Okay, but say you go 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
you find
What?
out
What
you're
if there's
dead
nothing
already.
there?
No, I'm saying, what if you find
Oh,
out you're
dude.
dead and then you think your mind can take that?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think we're not ready?
I would try to like pinpoint.
We're
the day
emotional
I
beings
die.
that we can't. I mean, other than other people being, I'm gonna go a week into the future, get the Powerball numbers.
I would do that though. I mean, if I'm gonna, well, just like that one show with the JFK people, like they become rich through gambling so they can sustain themselves while they're living in that world, because it's a different world. Yeah, I mean, make a couple million. What's up?
Just a couple.
Just a couple million. I mean, I'll throw a bone at somebody. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, I see you're struggling. Here, cash these numbers in. You know what I mean? Be responsible with your money.
Don't worry, I got more numbers later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get some more later. But, I mean, I think the notion of time is something we don't completely understand, and something that is not necessarily out of our hands more than it is out of the technology that we have, or that we would probably have within the next 50 years.
But then again, what if it comes to the point where, okay, we can time travel, build a machine, but then I think they said something about, okay, what if that machine creates a black hole?
Oh, smack.
Like
a different dimension?
oh, don't get me started in dimensions.
Like
Like I
a
believe in the
dimension?
multiverse theory,
There's
in a way,
like multiple
but it's more
universe?
fueled about comic books. You know, everything I've read.
I believe there's more than one dimension. But not the kind
Not
you
really.
think. Like, I believe there's like a world around us.
I don't know, I read a bunch of
Like
weird
more,
books that
more,
makes
on
me
the,
wonder.
more on the spiritual sense. Like there's a different dimension around
Oh.
us that is like swinging at each other.
Upside down.
The upside down.
Upside down.
Like,
Like I haven't finished Stranger Things, so don't say it.
Oh, Stranger Things. But essentially, would time travel differently in a different dimension?
Could. I mean, I have no idea. We're getting too technical with this thing.
I don't know, because wouldn't time work differently too?
Time has to work differently. Because if time were the same, then it would be the same dimension. Something has to separate the ripple between reality, or what we consider our reality, to what the other dimension is. And
Be all crazy.
because essentially, like, they would not evolve under like a 24-hour, like it would be a constant happening in a separate dimension. I believe in that. I believe there's something crazy going on around us right now.
This is making me not believe in time travel anymore.
Like, I want people to create glasses that I can look into a different dimension.
So, yeah, it's all comic book and movies. But it's fun
real.
to think about.
It's real, Eli. It's absolutely real. So, I mean, time travel was maybe not a impossible thing.
I mean, a long time ago, they thought we could never get to space, so you just never know. We're not going to see it in our lifetime.
No, definitely not. I think that we're like thousands of years away from that. If the
If
good
the
Lord
Earth
doesn't
is
come
still-
back from us.
Oh, yeah, well, that too.
My God. If the good Lord doesn't come back for us, then, you know, obviously, we've achieved some crazy things, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like technology has made like a huge leap in the last, what, 10 years? Yeah, in the last 10 years.
10, 20 years.
In the last 20 years, we've created things that have like,
In the last 10, 15 years, we had like 7, 8 iPhones.
yeah.
So,
Did you have the first iPhone?
yeah.
I had the first iPhone.
Well, I guess it was the second one,
Did you have the white one? I had the black
No.
one.
the black one.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's what we got. That's what we have to share with you guys.
I don't know. It's hard for me to, like, what I think in my mind, it's really eloquent, but once I say it, it comes out all crazy. So I can't really explain what I was thinking about time travel.
Is it that it comes down to whether it's possible or it's not possible. And if it were possible, how would it be to where I can say I want to go to this time, or would it be to where, like, let me see how far I can push my technology to take me?
And it depends if you can move in space and time. If you could just move time, you're still in the same space. If we're here and there was a mountain here,
realm.
and we go back in time, we're gonna end up in the middle of the mountain.
Yeah. What if you get stuck in between a wall?
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to be able to move
Yeah,
through
I mean,
space and time.
because like, what if you go somewhere where you've never seen, and you end up stuck between a wall?
And you did.
You would be dead.
Yeah, that's too much time travel.
So that's what we don't know about time travel.
Just
But-
speculation.
Right? But thank you guys for checking out the podcast, and thank you guys for checking out the vlog. We're on YouTube, we're on Spreaker, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're everywhere. If anybody is looking to sponsor us, hit us up. We're available and willing. Subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell. That way you're notified when the episode drops every single Wednesday. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.